John F. Kennedy said that as we express our gratitude, that we must never forget our highest appreciation. That is not just to utter the words, but that is actually to live by them. Ladies and gentlemen, special edition this weekend for here at Pasión Friday. Let's go. Hola, ¿qué tal, mi gente? This is Noan El Boricua, and I'm excited to be able to give you another video on this Thanksgiving weekend. I don't know, maybe a lot of you already did some Black Friday shopping, maybe you did it online, maybe you're getting ready to do Cyber Monday. However that looks like, be diligent in your spending, but more importantly, I hope that you've had an opportunity to be able to spend time and just be thankful for another year of friends and family, career, maybe education, and as always for me, a big thing is just community. This is Pasión, and I'm really excited because we always immerse ourselves dentro de la cultura. We're always growing in our faith, and as always making those conexiones to be able to level up in what we do every single day. And I'm excited because this is a special episode, and I have to give a special shout out to our oldest son, Noan Jr., and he's actually celebrating another year of life, which he actually celebrated literally on Thanksgiving. Here's what's wild, is that this is the 97th video that we are now recording, that I'm recording here for Fuel Pasión on Instagram. And what's crazy is that our son was born in 1997. Who would have thought the coincidence of that? And I don't know, I always geek out on that stuff. I shared it with my wife. I don't know, I just think it's trippy, right? 97th episode, our son was born in 97. He is 25 years old. I will get back to that, and I'm going to tell you guys why I have my reasons to be grateful for our son, who is amazing young man, an amazing brother, just an amazing person overall. If you know him, you know what I'm talking about. But I want to get to this. I want to kind of ask the question, what are you grateful for up until now? And I'm going to share at the end of this video of what I'm grateful for. And I hope you can take away on the importance of that. And I think that as we are continually growing, and for many of you that are watching, that are listening, understand the importance of what it is to be a better leader, to be just a better professional, a better person, a human being. It's key to be able to understand the importance of gratitude. So I wanted to give you guys, and I'm going to pull out my notes here. I meant to do it on my iPad mini, but it died. I'm over here failing on recharging items. But I kind of wanted to really share with you guys, because I know some of us are probably not in the best of spirits, or maybe we haven't had the best year. And a lot of times it's hard to be thankful when hope seems to be lost. I have moments like that too, where I feel that maybe I didn't do the best job. Maybe I haven't been doing great. And I'm not just thankful enough, but I'm grateful because I want to give you guys this story, and I already said it, right? We're about cultura, faith, right? Number 2, and 3, conexiones. So I'm going to kind of read this story, and I'm not going to read all of it because then it'd be a sermon. But the Bible speaks about Jehoshaphat. He was like one of the greatest kings, specifically in Jewish history. And what's amazing about this is that he had a very good godly reign. It ushered in a huge time for the Jewish people at that time of just peace and tranquility. And he even made the nation to the north really establishing this truth and a common cause. But although he was diligent in leadership, although he was great in service, although he was really good in a lot of different things that any great leader would be, and you can name in whatever that would look like, Jewish people were still in a crisis when they were seen leaving Egypt. And we know historically the Ammonites and the Moabites, they were threatening to basically take out the whole nation of these people. Now, knowing that they were facing all this, we know that they were going to lose a lot. And this is why I kind of opened up with this. Maybe there's a lot that you've lost this year. I don't know, maybe accident or a loss of a job or a loss of a loved one, and it just keeps piling on, and it's kind of hard to be very grateful. But I think what we need to understand is what happened to someone like Jehoshaphat a king of a nation historically from a biblical sense can even happen to us in everyday things. And, the crazy thing is that the reason why I bring up his story is his faith was that he went to God first. And he went to God and he tells God, like, look, we're going through this. And basically, they go through this whole like national fast and prayer. If you don't know what fasting is, think about for all my people that work out, when you don't eat a meal or you don't eat for a certain amount of time, same context. If you have questions, we can talk about how that's a spiritual thing that grows. But the beauty is that in everything that he did, this king and its people, God answers their prayer. And we see that in the story in the Old Testament. And I think for me was that they started finding praise. They found praise. And I'm going to read this verse in Psalms 104. It's super clear with this. It says, enter in his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. And I think this is the beauty of where I hope maybe you can connect. I hope maybe if you believe in God or if you believe in something, I hope, or maybe you don't believe in anything, I hope that you can find the connection to find a moment of praise and a moment of celebration, because there's always going to be challenges ahead of us. And if we're in hard times now, it's going to take the greatest faith to thank God anyways to get us out of where we're going through. And there's a scholar by the name of Matthew Henry, and he wrote this illustration, and he said he was once attacked by thieves and he was robbed of his wallet. And he wrote this in his diary, quote, let me be thankful. First, I was never robbed before. Second, although they took my wallet, they didn't take my life. Third, although they took all I had, it wasn't that much anyways. Fourth, let me just be thankful that it was I who was robbed and not I who did the robbing. End quote. I hope that you guys can reflect on gratitude. I hope you can reflect on the challenges that you're going through, and I hope you can find the outlet and the connection that you need to be able to get out of the situation you're in. But maybe you're in a good place. Celebrate it. Share it. Show others how you got there. Maybe you can share something, or maybe text the person who has gotten you out of those situations. I think there's beauty in understanding those that continually are winning. How can we be a part of the winning concept? And I think it's not so much about winning, but I always look at it as growth, as a person, as a human being. And I think that's why I'm grateful for our son. Our son turns 25 years old, and I know this may sound like super crazy to say this, but you guys all know that I always put a number in an athlete. And I think for me, when I think of number 25, in all honesty, and I may get some pushback on this from my Dodger fans and maybe baseball fans in general, I think of Barry Bonds. And I know Barry Bonds has an asterisk and all that. I want to talk about the Barry Bonds that played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Son, I hope that you have the tenacity and the fight and the intellect that you've constantly been growing and keep going after it. That was something that when I was watching Barry Bonds, even though as a Dodger fan as a kid, I saw this guy, Barry Bonds, that was really pushing the game and he was really elevating it. Granted, I can't speak to what the future he did and all that stuff, but I just want to focus on that beginning moment of a career. Son, you've started a career, and your mom and I are super proud of you. Your brother's super proud, and a lot of your friends and just close-knit, community that you have, they're really proud of you. My challenge to you is, remember, pay it forward. Bring another Latino, Latina, or someone that you've seen that have struggled, so that they can see how grateful you are and the opportunity you've been given to being the engineer that you are today. That was your dream job, and you're doing it. And my hope is that you continually move forward, because that's why we love you. No matter what you do in life, son, we love you because of the fact that you're willing to be curious, you're willing to be grateful every step along the way. And son, you know all the stories that we have when you were in Oregon, specifically in Eugene, and the challenges that you had of just being by yourself and really navigating life. That's the beauty of being thankful. You did that, son. Being faithful, believing in God, and having that sense of community in Eugene got you to where you're at in Portland and to be able to do the things you're doing today. Son, we just want to say that we love you and we wish you nothing but an amazing happy birthday weekend. And we hope that you continue elevating the game in your life. And I want to answer the question I said in the beginning. What is one thing that I'm grateful for? Stephen Thompson, a peer and one of our leaders here at Nike, at the job where I work at, he had the opportunity to be able to speak last week at the NESB Regional 6, which is here based in the West Coast, specifically in Los Angeles. And they are, and I just don't want to get this wrong, but they are the actual National Society, it's the National Leadership Conference that we were a part of, but it's the National Society of Black Engineers. And Stephen Thompson had a chance to share his journey, and I'm not going to share everything, but there was something that he gave me that was really big, and this is what I'm grateful for. And he shared a lot, and this is why I take notes on my phone. He shared a lot of different things, but one of the things that I really enjoyed was that he talked about be a constant learner. I'm grateful for that. And he says, understand that obstacles are a part of the journey. I'm grateful for that. And he says, build a community for feedback, specifically about receiving it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for feedback because it's in the feedback that it's allowed me to be the person that I am today, and that I'm continually building my board of directors in my life, both professionally and personally, to give me the feedback that I need to be a better man, to be a better husband, a better father, a better peer to my co-workers, and just a better leader within my community. I think there was something that he said that really hit me. He said that, and I'm paraphrasing, he said it's important to have feedback. And when he was addressing these amazing Black engineers, he was saying that when you're young, you're constantly getting feedback. Do this, no, you're doing it, or try this, or try that. There's constant feedback. But the key was that as you get older in life, in a career, you don't get as much feedback. Meaning that it's vital to be able to implement what you learn early in life, to be able to set you up, because as we get older, like this guy, there's not a lot of people that give that much feedback. It's only the ones that care about you. This is why I tell you, make the conexiones. Because when you make these conexiones, the intention is to build people around you. They're going to give you the feedback you need to get better. That's what I'm grateful for. And I hope maybe you could take that, and I hope maybe you can apply it to yourself as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say muchas gracias up until now, episode 97. And I want to say thank you for subscribing and liking. If you haven't, maybe you can do that for us. But more importantly, I'm just grateful that God has given me the opportunity to be able to build this skill set that I've been building. Mucho más importante, I hope that you guys can check us out, fuelpasionpodcast.com. And like always, just kind of immerse yourself, not kind of, man. Just immerse yourself dentro de cultura and grow in your faith, just like we reflected earlier, and make those conexiones. Put those people around you to get you to the next level. I think if you can do that at the start of the new year, God willing, you're going to be that much better. Ladies and gentlemen, como dice mi abuelita, que Dios te bendiga.